day is done now. Whatever it held has already passed. Here, you do not have to carry any of it. For a few quiet moments, there is nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to hold together, nothing you need to be for anyone else. Only this soft space and your own slow breathing. Notice the simple fact that you are here. A body held by something solid, a heart that has made it through another day, a mind that is allowed to soften now. If your thoughts still feel busy, that is okay. They do not need to stop all at once. They can move in the background like distant sounds, while another part of you begins to rest. Nothing is wrong with you for feeling tired or overwhelmed. This is a place where all of that is allowed. Begin by feeling the gentle contact beneath you, the bed, the pillow, the blanket, whatever is holding you. Notice how it supports your weight without effort. You do not have to try to relax into it. Your body slowly does that on its own. If it feels comfortable, you might notice your breathing, not changing it, not doing it right or wrong, just watching the breath as it quietly moves in and out, in and out, like a small, steady wave that has been moving all day, even while you were busy. As you follow a few of these breaths, you may sense the edges of the day beginning to blur. Moments that felt sharp can soften. Thoughts that press close can drift slightly farther away. You are not pushing them out. They are simply given more space. In this moment, nothing is being asked of you. No decisions, no performance, no plans. Just the gentle act of being here, alive, breathing, held. Even if your heart feels heavy, it is still beating, still showing up, still carrying you forward. You might notice that your face has been working all day. The small muscles around your eyes, your jaw, your mouth. Imagine them slowly loosening, as if they have permission to melt. The forehead smoothing, the jaw unhooking, the tongue resting more softly in the mouth. The expression you wear for the world can slide away now. If your shoulders have crept up toward your ears, it is okay. They have tried to protect you. You might gently invite them to drop, even just a little, not forcing anything, just offering the possibility of softness. If they stay tense, that is also okay. They are welcome exactly as they are. Now, sense the space around your heart, not as a shape or a picture, simply as the center of your chest. Maybe it feels tight. Maybe it feels numb. Maybe it is difficult to feel at all. Whatever you notice or do not notice is completely allowed. Imagine there is a warm, quiet presence around that space, like a soft hand held a few inches away, or a gentle glow that does not push or demand. It is simply there, nearby, patient. Nothing needs to open or change for it to be there. It stays kind, even if the heart feels tired. Here, all the feelings you did not have time for today can rest. Disappointment, worry, sadness, the ache of being strong for too long. They do not have to disappear. They just do not have to stand alone. They can lie down beside you, like tired travelers setting down their bags. As the minutes pass, the pace of everything begins to slow. The inner voice that kept up with the day can start to speak more softly, or not at all. Thoughts may still come and go, but they can pass through like clouds in a wide, quiet sky. The sky does not chase them. It simply holds them as they move. You are allowed to feel how tired you are, not as a problem, but as proof that you have lived another full day. You have tried, in the ways you knew how. You have carried what you could. Now the effort can ease. If heavy feelings rise up, they are not mistakes. They are parts of you that have waited for a gentler moment. You do not need to solve them tonight. You do not need to understand them. They are heard simply by being noticed, and then they can drift back into the soft dark around you. Notice again the steady rhythm of your breath, in and out. Each exhale a small release, like setting something down. Each inhale a quiet reminder that you are still here, still capable of resting, even if the day was hard. Your body understands this slowing. Muscles that worked for you begin to loosen. Hands that may have held tension can uncurl. Legs that carried you now sink more deeply into support. You are gently settling, piece by piece. There is no need to hurry this process. Rest does not arrive on command. It comes the way evening comes, gradually, quietly, in its own timing. You are simply turning toward it, inviting it by softening your attention, by allowing yourself to be cared for in this small way. If you notice sounds around you, they can become part of the softness too. Distant noises, the hum of the room, the quiet of the night. Nothing has to be perfectly silent for you to feel more at ease. These sounds can stay at the edges, while your awareness returns again and again to the gentle safety of this moment. Here, you do not have to be strong. You do not have to be cheerful. You do not have to be okay. You only have to be as you are, breathing, resting, slowly unwinding. As you continue to lie here, you may feel a sense of being held by something larger than the thoughts of today. Held by the bed, by the darkness, by the simple fact of existence. There is a quiet kind of safety in knowing that for now, nothing more is required. The heart that feels worn can lean into this. It can be heavy and still be safe. It can be full of feelings and still be allowed to rest. Nothing is too much for this space. All of you is welcome here. Little by little, the edges of awareness soften. The body grows heavier, or perhaps lighter. The mind moves more slowly, like someone turning down the lights in a quiet room. You are drifting toward a deeper stillness, supported, safe, and unhurried. For now, it is enough to simply be here. Breath rising and falling, body resting, heart easing, even if only a little. You are allowed to stay in this softness, to linger in this quiet, to drift as far as you need into rest and silence. The body is already beginning to slow. The outside world can stay where it is for now. Here, everything moves at a different pace, quieter, softer, gentler. Notice the simple fact of lying here, how something steady holds your weight, how your arms, your legs, your back are supported without needing to do anything. Nothing to lift, nothing to carry. Breath has been with you all day, often unnoticed. Now it can come into focus, but only lightly. Inhale through the nose or the mouth, in whatever way feels natural. Exhale in a long, slow stream, as if you were letting out a quiet sigh you have been holding for hours. Take another easy breath in, and as the air leaves, imagine a small drop in pressure, a tiny softening in the space around your chest. Not dramatic, just a gentle hint of release. Tension often settles in the middle of the body, behind the ribs, under the collarbones, deep in the heart area. It can feel like weight, or tightness, or a quiet ache that sits there without words. Whatever it feels like for you is okay. Bring a soft kind of attention to that space now. Not a sharp focus, not a search. More like turning toward a good friend in a quiet room. Curious, but kind. Present, but not demanding. As you notice this area, imagine a faint warmth there. The kind of warmth that might come from soft sunlight through a window. Gentle, steady, not hot or harsh. It does not push. It simply rests across the chest. Stay with that warmth for a moment. Imagine it resting at the center, then slowly spreading outward, across the front of the chest, over the heart, up toward the collarbones, then down toward the ribs. Each time the breath moves in, picture that warmth brightening just a little. Each time the breath moves out, that warmth can spread, like water slowly filling a shallow pool. You do not have to see it clearly. Just know that with every exhale, the warmth has more space. The day may have piled things on your heart, worries, conversations that did not go as planned, things you wish you had done differently. All of these can feel like stones resting on your chest. None of them need to be sorted out here. They do not need to be fixed or organized. Instead, imagine the warmth gently moving between them, flowing into the small spaces around each heavy piece, softening the edges, even if only a little. With your next slow breath out, picture one of those stones shrinking, not vanishing, just becoming lighter by a fraction. Maybe it grows smoother. Maybe it becomes easier to hold or easier to set down. Another soft breath in, another gentle breath out, another small shift in that weight, like a knot loosened by careful fingers, not undone all at once, but softer, looser, less strict. The chest may still feel tight, and that is all right. This is not about forcing it open. It is about offering it a safe place to rest. A quiet message that says, you do not have to hold everything so hard tonight. Imagine you are wearing a heavy, invisible cloak over your chest and shoulders. All day, you have walked with it. Perhaps you did not notice how much it weighed. Now, picture a small clasp at the front, just over the heart. See if it is possible to unhook that clasp, or at least loosen it. As the clasp softens, the cloak begins to slacken. It may not fall away completely, but it can slide down, even just a little. The fabric can become thinner, lighter, easier to bear. You are allowed to feel that shift, however small it is. Notice how the breath moves through this new space. Maybe it goes a little deeper. Maybe the exhale lasts a moment longer. Perhaps the chest rises and falls with a touch more freedom. Every small change is enough. If certain thoughts press in again, let them pass through the warmth instead of around it. They might approach like shapes moving across a gentle glow. As they pass through, they lose some sharpness, some weight. You do not have to chase them or fight them. They can come and go, while you remain here resting in the middle. This heart has carried so much. Responsibilities, memories, quiet fears that rarely find words. It has done its best with what it had. It is allowed to be tired. Imagine placing a hand over your chest, even if you only picture it in your mind. Feel that gesture as a simple act of care. No big meaning, no big statement. Just a gentle touch that says, I see how hard you have worked. Let the warmth beneath that hand grow a little stronger. Not burning, not buzzing, just pleasantly warm, like a soft blanket pulled up around you. With each exhale, that blanket becomes a bit heavier in a comforting way, anchoring you, steadying you. Now picture the burdens that feel ready to loosen. Not all of them, only the ones that are willing. Perhaps one is a small worry about tomorrow. Another might be an old story you replay when you are alone. Imagine gathering these few burdens into a small bundle. Hold that bundle at the center of your chest. Feel its weight, and also feel the warmth cradling it from all sides. The warmth is patient. It has time. Very gradually, imagine the bundle beginning to dissolve, edges blurring, weight easing. Bit by bit, the pieces become lighter, turning into something like mist. They lift away, rising out of the chest, leaving more room behind. If any part of the weight remains, that is perfectly fine. Nothing has gone wrong. Some burdens are not ready to move, and they do not have to. Even those can be wrapped in warmth, held more softly than before. They may not be lighter, but they do not feel quite so alone. The emotional heaviness may now feel a shade less intense. The breath may feel slightly more open. The body may sink a little deeper into the surface that holds it. Trust these small changes. They are enough. Stay with the gentle rise and fall of your chest. In and out, in and out. Synchronize the image of warmth with this rhythm. Breath coming in, warmth gathering. Breath moving out, warmth spreading and softening whatever it touches. Muscles around the ribs can relax. The back can ease into its support. The front of the body can feel less guarded, more at rest. You are safe here. It is all right to loosen your grip. If emotion stirs, it is welcome. If nothing stirs, that is welcome too. All responses are part of the softening. No part of you is wrong for how it feels right now. As time slows, the space inside you feels wider. More air, more quiet. More room for the heart to simply exist, without carrying quite so much. Allow yourself to linger in this feeling. Breathe slowly. Rest in the warmth at the center of your chest. Let the weight you can release drift away at its own pace, while the rest is gently held and gently eased by the quiet around you. Settle a little deeper into where you are. The body knows how to do this on its own. A slow breath moves in, and a quiet breath moves out. With each cycle, the world around you feels a little softer, a little farther away. Somewhere inside, there is a place that stays untouched, a small, quiet space that has waited all day for a moment like this. You may not visit it often, but it is here, beneath everything else, steady and patient. Imagine walking toward that place now, not with steps, but with attention. A gentle turn inward, as though moving down a dim hallway lined with silence. Ahead, you can sense a soft glow. Warm, inviting, without edges or glare. As the glow grows closer, the body might relax a bit more, the shoulders dropping, the breath settling, the mind loosening its grip on what it held so tightly today. All of that can fade into the background as you arrive at this inner room. Picture the moment you reach the doorway. A warm light spills out, calm and steady, almost like candlelight. The air here feels soft, gentle against your skin, neither cool nor warm, just right. This place welcomes you without needing words. Step inside in whatever way feels natural. You might sink into a comfortable seat. You might lie down. You might simply stand in the glow and breathe. There is no correct way to be here. All that matters is that you have entered this quiet sanctuary. Notice how safe this room feels. Nothing from the day can follow you inside. No demands, no noise, no worries. They stay outside the walls, unable to change the stillness here. Let your eyes drift around the space in your mind. Maybe the room feels small and cozy, with warm walls and soft shadows. Or it might be wide and open, like a peaceful landscape held within your chest. Whatever shape it takes is the right shape for you. Feel the surface beneath you as you settle in. Imagined or real, it supports your whole weight. It gives you permission to relax fully without holding yourself up. You can sink into this comfort as deeply as you wish. As you rest here, sense the quiet within the room. Not an empty quiet, but a comforting one. The kind of quiet that lets the heart breathe more freely. The kind of quiet that reminds you that safety can exist, even in small moments like this. Take a slow breath in. Feel the warm air of this inner place filling your chest. Exhale gently, letting any remaining tension drift down and out. Nothing needs to be hurried. Everything unfolds at its own pace. The soft glow around you begins to deepen. Feel it on your skin, like a gentle blanket of light. It wraps around your arms, your legs, the center of your body. It stays close, steadying you from the inside. Move your attention to the heart area. Imagine the glow gathering there just behind the ribs. It pulses quietly, like a warm lantern held in cupped hands. This light has no demands. It asks nothing of you. It simply offers calm. Stay with that warmth for a moment. Notice how safe it feels, how natural it becomes to breathe alongside it. The heart may feel tired, but here it is held, surrounded, protected. Let the warmth spread outward, across the chest, up toward the collarbones, down toward the stomach, into the arms and the fingertips. A calm, steady flow, neither fast nor slow, just constant. If any thoughts drift in, let them settle quietly on the edges of the room. They do not need attention. They can rest the same way you are resting. This inner space is strong enough to hold them without letting them disturb the peace. You might imagine soft cushions beneath you, or the gentle weight of a blanket. You might imagine the faint scent of something comforting, like warm air after rain. Or you might prefer no details at all, only the feeling of stillness. Each version brings its own kind of ease. Stay with the sense of refuge this place offers. A pause from effort, a pause from being on, a pause from carrying everything alone. Feel how the body responds when it realizes it can let go. Breathing becomes slower. Muscles soften. The jaw loosens. The forehead smooths. The body leans into the quiet like it has wanted to all day. Imagine the soft glow settling deeper into the heart. Not pushing, not forcing, only resting. This glow does not vanish when you stop imagining it. It stays with you in a simple, steady way. A reminder that calm exists inside you, even when life feels heavy. Now picture yourself sinking just a little more into this inner room. A slight shift, like adjusting a pillow to get comfortable. You find the position that feels easiest, most natural. Your whole being settles into that ease. The feeling of refuge grows stronger. A sense that nothing outside this space can disturb you right now. Not memories, not responsibilities, not the weight of tomorrow. Stay here as long as you'd like. Take slow, steady breaths that match the softness around you. Let the glow soothe the edges of the heart. Let the quiet wrap around you like a nest. Nothing else matters in this moment. Only the warmth, only the stillness, only the soft comfort of this quiet place within. The mind may still be moving, even as the body grows still. Thoughts can linger, circling gently, not quite ready to settle. That is completely natural. Thinking does not need to stop on command. It only needs space to drift. Take a slow breath in. Let the exhale soften whatever is holding your attention. A small untightening, a slight easing in the forehead, the jaw, the chest. As you settle here, imagine the mind opening just a little. Not wide, not all at once, just enough to feel a bit more air inside. A bit more room for thoughts to move without pressing so hard. Picture yourself looking up at a soft, pale sky. Not a real sky, but a quiet one inside the mind. In that sky, thoughts appear like gentle clouds. They drift in easily and drift out just as easily. You don't need to push the clouds away. You don't need to pull them closer. Notice how they float, how they shift their shape, how they slowly pass. They do not stay forever. They keep moving on their own. A thought might come up about the day, a conversation, something unfinished. Watch it rise into that sky, form a soft cloud, and glide. There is no urgency in its movement. It knows the way forward. Another thought may slip in behind it, maybe a memory or a worry or something you did not quite resolve. Imagine that thought becoming another cloud, lighter than you expect. It drifts beside the first, carried by the same slow breeze. As more thoughts appear, they join the quiet procession. Not crowded, not rushed. Each one finds its own space, its own direction. They float above you, free from weight. If clouds don't feel right for you, imagine gentle leaves instead, falling onto a calm stream. Each thought becomes a leaf landing on the surface. The water receives it without effort. The leaf moves in the current, slow and peaceful, never fighting where it is going. Watch how the leaves glide forward. Watch how the water carries them effortlessly. They do not sink. They do not get stuck. They simply move along. You may notice moments when the mind tries to hold on. That is all right. Let the thought pause. It might linger for a moment, like a leaf caught in a soft ripple. Soon it loosens again and continues its gentle path. Another slow breath enters. Another long exhale leaves the body. As the breath moves, the leaves move. The clouds shift. Everything in the mind begins to follow the same slow rhythm. If a thought feels heavy, give it a little more space. Picture it rising higher into the sky, or floating farther down the stream. You don't have to make it disappear. Just imagine it drifting a little farther from the center of your attention. The mind may begin to quiet on its own, not silent but peaceful. Thoughts still come, but they arrive softly. They leave softly. The spaces between them grow wider, like long stretches of open sky. Feel how these gaps create calm, how the mind feels less crowded, how the breath fits comfortably into those wide spaces. Inhale into openness. Exhale into ease. Every thought is welcome to drift. Every feeling is welcome to soften. Nothing is being forced. The mind is simply learning to move with the breeze instead of against it. Imagine that breeze now. A gentle current flowing through the inner space. It moves slowly, brushing across thoughts, smoothing their edges. Each thought it touches grows lighter, easier to watch, easier to release. Let that breeze move through again, soft and unhurried. It clears a little more room each time, not emptying the mind, but making it more spacious, making it easier to breathe. You may sense a growing stillness underneath everything, a quiet foundation beneath the drifting clouds and floating leaves. That stillness does not need to be strong or bright. It only needs to be steady. The more you rest here, the clearer that steadiness becomes. Thoughts may still rise and fall, but they do not pull you with them. They are simply passing shapes in a calm landscape. You remain anchored, breathing slowly, feeling the gentle movement around you. In this moment, the mind is like a wide open field. Thoughts appear at the edges, wander through, and fade out again. Nothing stays too long. Nothing demands your full attention. Everything is allowed to pass. Let your awareness soften even more. Let the drifting thoughts feel farther away, as if the sky has expanded, as if the stream has widened, as if the breeze has grown even calmer. You may feel the body responding too, a deeper sinking into the bed, a longer pause at the top of each breath, a quieter sense of being here. Thoughts that once felt sharp begin to blur. Thoughts that felt tangled begin to loosen. You don't need to explain any of it. The soft drifting is enough. Allow the mind to move at this slow, steady pace. Allow the breath to match it. Allow the body to settle deeper into warmth. The clouds keep drifting. The leaves keep gliding. The breeze keeps flowing through the quiet space inside you. Let the thoughts become softer. Let them become lighter. Let them drift so far that they begin to fade into the wide, gentle distance, leaving behind only stillness, breath, and the quiet ease of this moment. Settle a little deeper into where you are. The body has already begun to slow, and the mind is following. Breath moves in a quiet rhythm, steady and natural. With each soft inhale, the chest rises just enough. With each gentle exhale, something inside begins to loosen. There may still be tightness around the heart, a feeling that lingers behind the ribs or along the center of the chest. It might feel like pressure or like something held too long. It might be a quiet ache or a heaviness without a clear shape. Whatever it feels like, it is real and it is allowed. Take a slow breath in and notice the way the chest expands. Take an easy breath out and sense the tiniest shift in that tension. Not a release, not yet. Just a small softening, like the first thread beginning to loosen in a tight knot. Imagine the heart space as a cluster of gentle threads, threads woven together through effort and emotion, threads that have worked hard to keep everything held in place. Some of them may have pulled tight during the day. Some may have been tight for years. There is no need to pull on them. No need to untangle them all at once. Simply imagine one thread, the softest one, relaxing a little. A small slackening, subtle but present, enough to let the whole space breathe. Feel the warmth of your breath spreading into the chest. Warmth that moves quietly through the tightness. Warmth that brings softness with it. The way gentle heat eases a stiff muscle. The tight places do not resist. They simply begin to melt. Another slow breath flows in. Another warm exhale moves out. Imagine that warmth like a soft glow spreading through the heart area. It gathers around the tightness, not forcing it, just offering comfort. The tightness responds by loosening, almost on its own. Notice how the heart feels when you give it this kind of softness. It may feel safer. It may feel supported. It may feel a little less alone. You do not have to change anything for this to happen. Picture that soft glow beginning to spread outward. It moves from the center of the chest to the upper ribs, across the sternum, under the collarbones. Slow, steady, warm. As the glow spreads, the threads woven through the heart begin to relax further. A gentle unwinding starts to happen. The knots that once felt hard and fixed now have room to shift, room to breathe. If a particular tight spot stands out, imagine holding it gently in warm hands. No pressure, no expectation, just warmth surrounding it. This warmth eases the edges of the tension. It softens the sharpness. It shows the tightness that it is safe to release. The heart often holds more than it can name. Old stories, quiet fears, expectations you tried to meet, moments that felt too heavy at the time. All of these can gather as knots. You do not need to understand why they are there. You do not need to pull them apart. They unwind naturally when met with warmth and patience. Breathe into the heart again, slowly and fully. Picture the glow brightening with each inhale. With every exhale, imagine a thread loosening, then another, and another. The process is slow, like undoing a knot in soft fabric. You tug gently, and the fabric responds. You breathe gently, and the heart responds. Not by opening suddenly, but by easing. Little by little. The warmth now fills the chest like a soft light. It feels steady, like something you can lean into. Let the body sink toward it. Let the shoulders drop a little more. Let the weight of the day slide farther away. If a surge of feeling rises up, welcome it. It is part of the unwinding. Emotions surface when they sense safety. They bloom like small ripples, then settle again. They pass through the warmth and soften as they go. Nothing inside you is too much. Not the heaviness, not the tension, not the tenderness. Everything is held by the glow. Imagine the knots that remain becoming softer, not disappearing, but relaxing. They feel like small bundles of fabric slowly losing their firmness. They become pliable, easier to rest with, easier to breathe around. The glow expands farther across the chest now. It moves into the sides of the ribs. It moves gently up the neck. It settles around the shoulders. A warm, quiet wrapping of ease. Feel how the heart begins to open in its own slow way. Not wide, not dramatic, just enough to feel less confined, just enough to take a fuller breath, just enough to sigh inwardly with relief. Every breath deepens this ease. Every exhale carries away a little more of the tightness. The glow holds everything that remains, without judgment, without urgency. You are safe inside it. Notice how the body reacts to this permission to soften. The jaw slackens. The belly becomes softer. The hands grow heavier. The heart feels less bound. All of this happens without forcing. The unwinding takes place in its own time. Your only task is to rest with it, to breathe with it, to allow the warmth to continue its gentle work. Now picture the glow pulsing softly around the heart, a slow expansion and a slow return, as if the glow itself is breathing with you. This shared rhythm creates a sense of openness, a sense of room inside the chest. The knots that remain are no longer hard. They are softened bundles, easy to cradle, easy to rest beside. They no longer pull so sharply. They simply exist without strain. Feel the spaciousness that has formed around the heart. Feel how the breath moves more freely within it. Feel how the tightness has eased, even if just a little. This small opening is enough. It is the beginning of deeper rest. Let yourself settle into this openness now. Warmth surrounding the heart, breath moving slowly, tension unwinding on its own. A quiet softness filling the space inside you. In this moment, the heart is held. The threads are loose. The knots are gentle. Everything inside is allowed to rest. Unhurried, warm, and quietly free. Settle into a slower rhythm. Breath drifting in, breath drifting out. The body growing heavier, the mind becoming softer. A quiet calm begins to settle around you, spreading like the first gentle warmth of evening. Imagine a soft glow appearing nearby. It might be golden, like warm sunlight at the end of the day, or pale and gentle, like moonlight resting on still water. Whatever tone it takes, it feels comforting. It feels steady and kind. The glow moves closer, unhurried and smooth. As it reaches you, notice how it touches the skin with a gentle warmth. Not hot, not bright, just enough to feel safe, enough to feel held. This light begins to wrap around you, forming a quiet cocoon of softness. It gathers at the edges of your awareness, then slowly moves inward. You may sense it spreading across your arms, your legs, your chest. Every place it touches seems to let go a little more. Take a slow breath in. Feel the glow brighten with that inhale. Take a long breath out. Feel the glow sink deeper into your body, settling into the spaces that have carried the most tension. Imagine the light resting across your shoulders. Those muscles worked all day, supporting everything you carried. The glow melts across them like warm water drifting over smooth stones. You may sense a release there, soft and easy. The light spreads down the arms, smoothing out any tightness. It moves to the elbows, the wrists, the fingertips. Each area softens under the gentle warmth. as if the light is reassuring each part of you that it can rest now. Around the chest, the glow becomes even softer. It moves slowly, almost like a tender breath. Warmth rises and falls with each inhale and exhale. The heart feels wrapped, protected, supported by a softness that asks nothing of it. If your breath deepens, allow that to happen. If it stays shallow, that is fine too. The light adapts to whatever rhythm feels natural. It follows the body's pace, not the other way around. Now imagine the glow spreading upward. It reaches the neck, easing tension that gathered from speaking, thinking, holding emotions. It moves along the throat with a gentle, comforting touch. Then it lifts into the jaw, softening any quiet clenching that lingered there. As the glow reaches the face, everything feels a little lighter. The forehead smooths, the cheeks loosen. The muscles around the eyes grow slack, peaceful, unguarded. The whole face rests in warm relief. Above the head, the glow gathers like a soft halo. Not bright, not intense. Just a warm presence resting there, watching over you. You may notice the mind settling under this quiet radiance. Thoughts becoming slower, thoughts becoming softer, thoughts drifting like leaves on a still lake. The glow begins to sink through the body more deeply. It passes through the ribs, into the back, into the belly. Every inch it touches feels soothed, like a hand smoothing wrinkles out of fabric. A quiet loosening spreads through the entire torso. Feel the warmth settle around the stomach. So much tension hides there, unnoticed. The glow eases that tightness, softening the muscles layer by layer. The belly rises easily with each breath, then drifts down again in slow release. The light travels into the hips now. These joints carry more than physical weight. They hold emotion, fatigue, unspoken stress. The glow melts over them like gentle heat, easing the pressure, loosening what has stayed locked inside. Down through the legs, the glow continues. The thighs relax under its touch. The knees soften, steady and warm. The calves loosen. The ankles and feet feel heavier, but in a comfortable way, as though the light is guiding all remaining tension out through the soles of the feet. The entire body is wrapped now, head to toe, surrounded in warmth. The glow does not push anything away. It simply fills every space that once felt tight. It settles like a soft blanket, heavy enough to comfort, light enough to breathe through. Notice how safe the body feels inside this light. Protected, comforted, unburdened. This glow has no demands. It offers rest without condition. It stays with you without asking for anything in return. Imagine the light pulsing gently, matching the rhythm of your breath. A slow expansion and a slow return, as though the light itself is breathing along with you. With each inhale, the warmth spreads. With each exhale, the body releases a little more. Muscles soften. The mind quiets. The heart feels supported. Let the glow deepen now. Feel it seep into the spaces beneath the skin, into the muscles, into the joints, into the bones, into the quiet center of your being. Every part of you is bathed in this warmth. Every part of you is allowed to rest. Every part of you is held in gentle, steady light. Stay here as long as you need, breathing softly, resting deeply, letting the glow cradle you. The warmth remains around you, calm and protective. The body continues to settle, drifting closer to peaceful stillness. The mind grows quieter, like a room with the lights turned low. Nothing else is needed right now. Just this glow, just this warmth, just this steady comfort that wraps around you and holds you in quiet, restful ease. The day is drifting away now. Its edges have softened, the light has dimmed, and everything moves with a slower rhythm. In this gentle shift, the body begins to settle, and the mind follows. A quiet calm spreads through the air, like the beginning of a soft evening. Imagine yourself in a room where the light is low, not dark, not bright, just enough to feel warm and safe. The colors of the room are muted, softened by the fading daylight. Shadows stretch slowly across the floor, unhurried and peaceful. The air feels cool in a comforting way, like the kind of air that comes through an open window at dusk. Fresh, light, carrying the promise of rest. With each breath, that coolness slips into your chest, clearing space inside you. Notice how the quiet of this evening begins to settle around you. No rush, no noise, just a simple, steady stillness that wraps the space like a soft blanket. It is the kind of quiet that makes you breathe a little easier without even trying. In this dim room, everything feels gentler. Your thoughts move more slowly. Your body grows heavier, as though sinking into the support beneath you. The world outside feels far away, as though viewed through a soft, hazy glow. Imagine the evening light shifting around you. It glides across the walls like a slow-moving shadow. Nothing sharp, nothing bright, only soft edges blending into each other. As you watch this quiet scene in your mind, feel the same softness forming inside your chest. A gentle coolness, like the first breeze after a warm day. It flows inward, easing the tight places, making space for breath, for comfort, for calm. With each inhale, imagine the cool air sliding deeper into the chest. With each exhale, feel the tension melt a little more. The heart begins to slow, as though soothed by the quiet evening air. The breath becomes a soft rhythm, steady and peaceful. Picture yourself near an open window. Outside, the sky is a dim blue, almost silver. The last traces of daylight cling to the horizon. A soft glow rests on the branches of trees, swaying gently in the evening breeze. You feel that breeze touch your skin. Cool, light, refreshing. It brings with it a deep sense of relief, like the end of a long day. It carries away whatever feels heavy, without effort, without force. Inside, the shadows continue to shift, slow and graceful. Each shadow feels like a lullaby, rocking the room into deeper stillness. Your eyes might grow heavy even if they are closed. Your breath might fall into a slower pattern. Let that soft evening settle deeper inside you. Imagine it moving into the heart area, like cool dusk air moving through an open door. It eases whatever feels tight. It softens whatever feels strained. It brings a quiet tenderness to the center of your chest. The room around you grows even dimmer. The light fades in the most comforting way. You're wrapped in the kind of darkness that feels gentle, not heavy. The kind of darkness that invites rest. Notice how the breath feels now. It moves more freely. It floats rather than pushes. The exhale stretches out, slower each time, as if the body is releasing the last remnants of tension. The quiet in the room mirrors the quiet forming inside your chest, a calm that expands with each breath, a stillness that feels like settling into a soft evening within yourself, peace spreading slowly. Imagine a small candle in the corner of the room. Its flame is steady, flickering softly, casting warm shadows. The light is gentle, almost sleepy, reminding you that rest is close. It offers comfort without asking for attention. Feel yourself sinking deeper into this evening scene. The cool air brushing against your skin. The dim light softening everything it touches. The quiet filling the space between your thoughts. Your body responds to this gentle environment. The muscles along your back let go. The shoulders drop. Your jaw loosens. Your hands grow warm and heavy. Inside the chest, the heart feels soothed by the calm. It beats in an easy rhythm, unhurried and relaxed. The cool evening air around it creates a sense of openness, a soft, restorative stillness. Take a moment to feel that stillness, noticing how it settles into every part of you, noticing how natural it feels to rest here. The soft evening has wrapped itself around you, and you are safe within it. As the light in the room fades even more, everything becomes quieter. The air grows cooler, more tranquil. The shadows grow longer, then softer, then almost invisible. What remains is calm, a deep, soothing calm that fills you from within. Stay in this quiet evening as long as you wish. Let the cool air continue to move through the chest. Let the dim light cradle your thoughts. Let the stillness take root inside you. Nothing else is needed now. Just this soft evening. Just this calm. Just this gentle drift into deeper rest, held by quiet, cool air and slow, peaceful shadows. The body is already quieting. A softer rhythm begins to take over, slow and steady. Thoughts drift in and out like faint echoes, not asking for attention. Everything feels just a little farther away, and a little closer to rest. Imagine yourself lying in a soft space that holds you completely. The surface beneath you feels warm and gentle. It shapes itself around you, supporting every curve, every tired muscle. Nothing presses, nothing strains. You simply rest. A long breath moves in. A slow breath moves out. Feel how the exhale lingers, stretching out just a little longer each time. The whole body seems to sync with it, as though settling deeper into a quiet nest. Now imagine a sensation of drifting, not moving quickly, not going anywhere in particular, just drifting, slowly, lightly, as though resting on soft waves. The body begins to feel weightless, or perhaps heavier, in the most comforting way. Whichever sensation appears is completely right. Picture yourself floating on a gentle surface. It could be air, or water, or simply the softness beneath you. The surface moves in the slightest rhythmic sway, like a cradle. It rocks you without any effort from you at all. With each breath, that drifting feeling deepens. You sink a little more into the support around you. You float a little farther into calm. Your edges blur softly, like mist dissolving into the evening air. Some parts of the body may grow heavier. The arms might feel long and warm. The legs may sink into a deep, pleasant stillness. The chest rises and falls in a slow, dreamy rhythm. Other parts may feel almost weightless, like they are gently lifting. The head might feel light. The breath might feel airy, almost feather soft. These shifting sensations guide you closer to a liminal space between waking and sleep. Imagine now that your whole body is resting on a wide, soft cloud. The cloud holds your weight with ease. It conforms to you, floating silently beneath you. You feel suspended, safe, unhurried. As you breathe, the cloud rises and falls in a slow rhythm, up and down, up and down. Each gentle movement brings you deeper into stillness. Thoughts become faint shapes passing on the horizon of the mind. They drift by without meaning, without urgency. They lighten, thin out, fade away like distant ripples on calm water. Feel yourself beginning to sink just a little more into the cloud, not falling, just settling, like a soft weight resting into a cushion. The more you settle, the quieter everything becomes. The movements of the day feel like they happened long ago. The noise fades. The effort fades. What remains is the slow drift of your breath, guiding you inward. Imagine now a gentle pull downward, inviting you deeper into the softness. A warm heaviness spreads through your arms, then through your legs, through the belly and the chest, through the neck and the head. This heaviness is comforting, like being wrapped in thickness and warmth. It feels safe to sink. It feels natural to let every part of you drop into stillness. At the same time, a soft lightness floats around your thoughts. They rise like tiny bubbles, drifting upward and away. Some dissolve before they reach the surface of awareness. Others float off into the quiet distance. The body grows heavier. The mind grows lighter, both moving in opposite directions, creating a deep and dreamy balance. You are not trying to fall asleep. You are simply drifting toward a softer space, a boundary place where everything slows to a gentle hush, a place where nothing is required of you. Imagine now that the cloud beneath you becomes even softer. It thickens, warm and dense, holding you in a deeper embrace. You sink into it slowly, like slipping into warm sand or a soft mattress. Every inch of your body finds its perfect depth. As you sink, the breath becomes quieter. Longer pauses between inhales, longer sighs on the exhales. The rhythm of sleep begins to form in the distance. Thoughts continue to drift, but they feel faint, like distant shadows. Their shapes blur, their sounds dissolve. You can't quite follow them anymore, and you don't need to. The body is now deeply held. The mind is softly floating. You rest at the meeting point of these two sensations, heavy and light, grounded and drifting. Stay with this feeling. Let the drift take you deeper. Let the breath guide you farther inward. Let the softness carry you. Nothing is pulling you forward. Nothing is asking you to return. You simply drift, slowly, quietly, toward a place of pure stillness. The cloud holds you. The air around you softens. The breath slows to a quiet whisper. You feel suspended in warmth. You feel cushioned by quiet. You feel closer to sleep than to waking. Allow yourself to drift a little farther now, into the softness, into the stillness, into the quiet that waits just beyond thought, where the body rests deeply and the mind becomes a gentle, dreamlike haze. The world has grown quiet now. The edges of the day have softened. Nothing urgent is reaching for your attention. You are here, resting, breathing, easing into a deeper calm. Notice the gentle rhythm of your breath. Air moving in, air moving out. Simple, steady, uncomplicated. The body is supported from beneath, held by something solid and dependable. You do not need to hold yourself up. You are allowed to sink into this support as much as you need. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest, not as an idea, but as a feeling. The place behind the ribs, between the shoulders, the quiet space that holds your heart. There might be a hint of tightness there, or fluttering, or a dull ache, or perhaps it feels calm already. Whatever you find is completely okay. Within that space, imagine a small, steady pulse, like a gentle drum, soft and regular. Not loud, not forceful, just a quiet beat that has been with you every moment of your life. Feel that rhythm for a moment. Thump and rest. Thump and rest. A simple pattern, repeating without needing your help. Around that steady pulse, picture a wide circle of softness, a field of quiet surrounding the heart. It feels like warm air or calm water, or a soft blanket laid over the chest. This space around the heart is peaceful, open, safe. Notice how the heart sits inside this peaceful circle, no longer pressed on all sides, no longer crowded by demands. It has room now, room to beat in its own natural rhythm. Breathe gently into that image. With each inhale, the circle of softness expands a little. With each exhale, the heart relaxes more deeply into its center. The pulse stays steady, calm, reliable. If emotions rise up, let them be held inside that soft circle. They might feel like small ripples. They might feel like waves that once were strong, now slowing down. The heart does not have to chase them. It simply beats in the middle of them, unshaken. Imagine now that your whole chest is a lake at dusk. The surface was once choppy, stirred by many winds. Now the air is stilled. Movement slows. The water begins to smooth. The heartbeat is like the gentle motion beneath the surface. Even when the lake looks still, there is life moving quietly within it. You don't see it. You simply know it is there. Steady, ongoing, calm. Take a long breath in, as though drawing in balance itself. Let the breath travel down into the heart space. Exhale slowly, releasing any unevenness, any spikes of feeling, any leftover rush from the day. Imagine the rhythm of your heart syncing with your breath. Inhale, a soft lift. Exhale, a soft settling, over and over, like a quiet sway in a hammock. Balance between both sides. Balance between effort and rest. If the heart has felt scattered, picture its energy gathering gently in the center. Not snapped back, not forced, just slowly called home. All the pieces that were spread out by worry and stress return to this safe place. As everything gathers, feel a sense of alignment forming. The heart in the center, the breath flowing around it, the body arranged quietly beneath, all parts moving with the same slow rhythm. Imagine a thin line of soft light running through you, from the top of the head, down through the throat, through the center of the chest, and gently into the belly. That line is calm and steady. It feels like balance. It feels like being quietly centered in yourself. The heart sits right along that line, like a lantern hanging in the middle. Around that lantern, peace gathers. It feels warm, but not heavy. It feels spacious, but not empty. It feels like a place where you could stay for a very long time without needing anything more. Sense how the rest of the body adjusts to this inner balance. The shoulders settle at the same level. The muscles on both sides of the spine ease in equal measure. The breath fills both lungs evenly. Nothing is pulling more than it has to. If any part of you still feels out of balance, simply notice it. Imagine that part being gently rocked, like something on calm water. Slowly, its movements soften. The rocking becomes smaller. Eventually, it comes to rest. The heart continues to beat in the center of all of this, unhurried, untroubled. It has found a quieter rhythm that matches the pace of this moment. Each breath you take reinforces that equilibrium. Inhale and feel the heart cradled in softness. Exhale and feel the heart release any extra strain. With time, only the steady beat remains. Now picture the world outside slowing to match this inner rhythm. Cars, voices, bright lights, all dimmed and distant. The noise of the day fades away. What's left is the soundless sense of your own breathing, your own heartbeat, your own calm. You exist in the center of that calm, not pulled forward into tomorrow, not dragged backward into yesterday. Just here, resting in a quiet balance. The heart is no longer leaning in any direction, not forward in fear, not backward in regret. It rests upright, steady, held. Feel the weight of your body on the bed, evenly distributed. Feel the comfort of knowing you do not have to adjust anything right now. Nothing is required. Nothing is asked. You are complete as you are in this moment. Stay with the heartbeat for a little longer. Sense the gentle thump and the ease that follows it, the tiny pause between beats, the small silence that holds everything together. Inside that pause, there is space. Within that space, there is peace. The more you notice it, the more it seems to grow. Not louder, but wider. Not brighter, but deeper. Allow that quiet balance to spread from the heart through the rest of you, into the lungs, into the belly, into the arms and legs, into the face and the scalp. Every part of you is aligned with this slow, steady rhythm. Every part of you moves together like a single, gentle wave. You are resting now in the center of yourself. Breath calm, heart steady, body at ease. Remain in this quiet balance. Let it hold you. Let it support your rest. Nothing more to fix, nothing more to carry. Only the soft, steady pulse of a heart surrounded by peace, and the deep, quiet comfort of being gently, completely at ease. The body is so quiet now. The breath moves in long, slow waves. Everything that felt loud earlier has softened into a gentle hush. This is the moment when wakefulness loosens its grip. Imagine lying in a space where the darkness is warm. Not cold or empty, warm, like soft velvet resting against the skin. This darkness wraps around you close and comforting. It holds you the way quiet holds a room at night. Feel your body settling into that warmth. The weight of the day slides off your shoulders. Your arms grow heavier. Your legs slow their tension, melting into the softness beneath them. Everything begins to sink. A long breath drifts in. A longer breath drifts out. The exhale feels like a small surrender, a gentle release that asks nothing of you. Picture yourself slowly falling into this warm darkness, not dropping, not diving, floating downward like a feather drifting toward the ground. The descent is effortless. The darkness is soft enough to catch you. No matter how slowly you fall, your thoughts grow faint, like echoes fading down a long hallway. You can still sense them, but they no longer cling. They loosen their hold, becoming distant shapes, drifting farther into the quiet. The chest rises and falls in a slow rhythm. The heart beats in a calm, steady pattern. The body knows the way toward rest without being guided by effort. You follow its lead, step by gentle step. Imagine soft arms of darkness curling around you, not tight, just enough to cradle you, enough to tell your body it's safe to let go, safe to release every last bit of tension. Your head grows heavier, resting fully. The muscles around your eyes let themselves relax. The jaw slackens in peaceful surrender. Every inch of you prepares for stillness. Feel the quiet settling deeper. It moves through the ribs, sliding gently into the belly. It settles along the spine. It warms the chest from the inside out. It feels like being wrapped in a familiar embrace, a protective hold that doesn't confine you, only comforts. It supports your heart in its slow, steady settling. The breath becomes even softer now, barely a movement at times, a gentle rise, a soft fall, almost imperceptible. The transition into rest happens naturally, like the way night replaces dusk. It doesn't happen all at once. It arrives in small waves, washing over you, easing you deeper. Imagine drifting on a quiet current. The water beneath you is warm and still. It carries you without effort. You float on its surface, sinking just enough to feel held. Your thoughts drift above you like thin clouds. You see them, then they slide past. They dissolve into the warm dark, leaving more room for peace. Every breath you take spreads softness through the body. Every exhale releases a little more of the day. The heart relaxes into its gentle rhythm. The mind slips closer to dreaming. Now imagine sinking into a soft bed of shadows. The shadows are deep and quiet, but friendly. They mold to your body like memory foam. They cushion every bone, every curve, every tired part of you. As you sink into them, the edges of the body blur. You feel less and less like something solid, more like a warm presence drifting through gentle night air, more like a whisper of yourself. The heaviness becomes comforting. It feels like being carried downward into the safest, most peaceful depth. A depth where nothing follows you, nothing presses on you, nothing asks you to return. The quiet grows thicker. It surrounds your ears, your mind, your heart. It fills the spaces between breaths. It fills the spaces between thoughts. Your whole being begins to sway in a dreamlike rhythm. Not asleep yet, but no longer awake. Floating in between. Suspended in soft silence. In this moment, surrender feels natural. The body gives itself to rest. The mind gives itself to stillness. The heart gives itself to gentle calm. You are enveloped in a warm darkness that asks nothing of you. It wraps around your legs. It wraps around your arms. It wraps around your chest. It wraps around your thoughts. The quiet becomes a lullaby of its own. Slow, rhythmic, tender. You drift deeper and deeper and deeper still, until the warmth is all that remains. No tension, no sound, no weight. Only a soft release spreading through every part of you. Stay in that release. Float in it. Sink in it. Let it carry you wherever rest begins. Everything inside you is allowed to let go now, allowed to fade, allowed to melt into stillness, until all that remains is the quiet embrace of deep, peaceful rest. Everything is slow now. The breath, the thoughts, the quiet around you. Everything has settled into a gentle, steady rhythm. The body is resting deeply, the mind has softened, and the heart, once tired and heavy, now feels supported from all sides. There is nothing you need to do. Only breathe, softly, slowly. Imagine a warm presence surrounding you. It feels like being wrapped in soft fabric, or held by calm arms, or resting beneath a blanket that molds perfectly to your shape. It warms you without heat. It comforts without pressure. This warmth moves close, then settles around your chest. It surrounds the heart first, then spreads outward in slow waves. Across the ribs, into the shoulders, down the arms. Every place it touches grows quiet and safe. You are being held by something gentle, something patient, something steady enough to stay with you as long as you need. It asks nothing of you. It simply offers warmth and ease. The breath deepens by a fraction, just enough to feel the rise and fall in your chest. That soft movement feels like a cradle, rocking you toward complete stillness. Nothing forced, nothing rushed. In this moment, allow yourself to feel the weight of your body, how it sinks into the bed, how it releases into the softness beneath you, as though the bed or the earth itself is holding you carefully. Your mind might drift. Small thoughts may pass through like quiet shadows. Let them come. Let them go. None of them disturb the peace settling around you. The warmth around you begins to deepen. It feels like gentle hands resting over your heart. Not touching, just present. A quiet reassurance that you are safe here. Safe to rest. Safe to let go. Imagine a soft glow forming in the center of your chest. The glow is warm, steady, and calm. It brightens slowly with each inhale. It softens and spreads with each exhale. like a small light expanding, then settling. This glow holds everything that moved through you today. Every emotion, every thought, every moment of effort. It gathers them gently, without judgment, without burden. And then, with each slow exhale, the glow softens them, dissolves the heaviness, smooths the edges, until all that remains is warmth. Your breath becomes the quietest version of itself, barely audible, barely felt, just a slow rhythmic drift, carrying you deeper into rest. The heart rests in perfect balance now, not reaching, not retreating, just being, safe, centered, held. Imagine now that the warmth around you grows even softer. It becomes a cocoon of pure comfort, a gentle embrace that supports every part of you. It's the feeling of being cared for, of being protected, of being at peace with yourself. Allow yourself to sink into that feeling. Let it move through your chest, into your stomach, down the legs, through the feet, up the neck, across the face, everywhere. The more it spreads, the quieter everything becomes. The world fades out. Only stillness remains, a stillness that feels like home. Your breath moves through this stillness in a slow, dreamy rhythm, in and out, as though the breath itself is resting. Nothing about this moment needs to be different. Nothing more has to happen. You are exactly where you need to be, held, supported, at ease. Imagine your whole body glowing faintly with warmth. The glow pulses gently, not bright, not strong, just soft, steady, nurturing. It feels like kindness, like self-compassion settling into your bones, a tenderness that says, you can rest now. Your muscles loosen completely. Your heartbeat slows. Your thoughts turn to mist. The breath becomes a drifting wave. You are cradled in peace, surrounded by it, filled with it. Nothing reaches for you here. Nothing pulls you forward or backward. You are suspended in quiet comfort, floating in a space made entirely of ease. Stay with this warmth. Feel how it holds you, how it supports every part of you without effort, how it lets the body sink deeper and deeper into stillness. The heart is calm, the breath is slow, the mind is weightless. Everything inside you is soft and open. This peace belongs to you. It is yours to keep, yours to return to, yours to rest in as long as you wish. Allow yourself to drift into the warmth, into the softness, into the quiet that holds you, until only peace remains. The quiet around you is deep now, soft, unbroken. The kind of quiet that feels like a warm hand resting lightly on your shoulder, steady and calm. The breath drifts in a slow rhythm, barely rising, barely falling. Each inhale carries a bit more softness. Each exhale releases whatever remains of the day. Your body has found its place, a place where the weight is shared, where the muscles loosen without asking, where everything inside can simply be. The mind has grown dim, like a room with the lights turned low. Thoughts move in slow motion now, if they move at all. They drift like faint shadows through a space filled with peace. Feel the warmth that surrounds you. It may be a blanket, it may be the air, it may be something quieter, something felt more than seen. Whatever it is, it wraps around you in gentle reassurance. You are held here, fully, completely, without needing to try. Notice how the body responds to that. The shoulders settle, the jaw slackens, the breath stretches out into long, easy sighs. Everything softens. There is nothing pulling you forward, nothing calling you back. Only this quiet moment resting lightly against your awareness. steady, warm, unhurried. It is safe to drift now, to float in this quiet space, to follow the gentle sway of your own breathing. You may feel yourself sinking a little deeper into the bed, or floating a little higher in the softness around you. Either way, you are supported, you are cared for, you are allowed to rest. The heart moves in a slow, tender rhythm, almost a whisper within the chest. Its beat is calm, evenly spaced, steady like a distant drum in a quiet valley. It asks for nothing except the chance to relax. Let the quiet seep into every part of you, into your hands, into your legs, into your face and your neck, into the space behind your ribs, the kind of quiet that fills from the inside out. Every part of you is allowed to be at peace now. Every part of you is allowed to melt into stillness. This moment belongs only to calm, only to rest, only to ease. Feel the soft darkness gathering around you again. Not heavy, comforting. It settles like a soft sheet pulled gently over your body. It quiets whatever it touches. You don't need to hold on to anything, not even to these words. They can drift past you like faint ripples in a calm lake. They come gently. They fade gently. Your breath continues its slow rhythm. In and out. In and out. Each cycle carrying you a little deeper into the warmth around you. If your mind wants to wander, let it wander. If it wants to sink, let it sink. If it wants to rest in emptiness, let it rest. Everything is acceptable here. The peace you feel is soft but steady. It fills the spaces between your thoughts. It fills the spaces between your breaths. It fills the quiet inside your heart. Stay here as long as you need. Unmoving, unhurried, wrapped in calm like a gentle cocoon. Nothing more is required of you. The world is far away now. The night holds you in warm, steady arms. You can drift whenever you're ready, slowly, quietly, into deeper rest, into softer stillness, into whatever peacefulness waits beyond these words. Settle into that peace. Hold it close. Let it cradle you, and allow yourself to drift, ever so gently, into the quiet that follows.